Welcome to 5 Points Blues presentation of Back to the Basics. Everything you wanted to know about Cowboys football, but were too afraid to ask. Here are your hosts, Nikki Harrison and Christy Scales.
Hello, welcome to Back to the Basics, everything you wanted to know about Cowboys football, but were too afraid to ask. I'm Nikki Harrison, and Christy is on vacation. So joining me today is Miss Taylor Stern. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, I'm really excited.
I bet it was so nice. You are a mom. Growing up, your voice is the perfect voice to hear bedtime stories. Like, you have the greatest voice.
Well, thank you very much.
I've had you
That's very
voice
sweet.
over some things we've done in the past.
Yes. Well, I love reading bedtime stories. I do. I make up sometimes myself.
Could you rap?
Yes, but I'm not going to.
Well,
but I
maybe
could.
You get featured on the next Cole Beasley song.
Speaking of Cole Beasley, his album just recently released. Have you heard it? Have you listened to it?
Just parts.
Just parts.
I think it's just, if you would have told me last year that he would have been the one with the rap album, I don't think I would have thought that, because he's kind of a unique guy.
He is. This is true.
Because he grew up on that farm, right?
Yes,
Didn't he grow up? He's kind of outdoorsy guy, Little Elm, and goes hunting, does different things, and then Night and Day rap album.
Yes. Well, I listened to the whole thing.
To the entire thing.
Entire thing. I
Entire
did.
songs.
All of them. The whole thing. And I'll be honest with you, Taylor, I was prepared to hate it. I was.
Yeah.
I really was. But I can't. It wasn't terrible.
What was your favorite song? Do you have one yet? Are you still kind of picking one?
I really liked Stereotypes.
Okay.
I did. And I really liked Day Ones.
My only issue is I haven't listened to every single song, so I can't give a full overview. But I would say, Nikki, it bothers me, and I would tell this to his face.
Okay.
You know, he's very adamant about, hey, this is not my football, this is not affecting anything, which I don't think it does either. These guys have plenty of time, just like you or I, to do a hobby outside.
Correct.
This is his hobby outside.
Correct.
Another talent he has.
Yes.
But I hate that he talks about separating it so much, and then he brings it, football is so a part of him, which is only natural.
Right.
And it's a part of his album.
Yes. Well, it almost is like it would have to be a part of his album, because football is his life. As much as he wants to separate it and say that it's not him, it is him.
It is.
It is.
It's the lessons you learn.
That's right.
I mean, what if, Jason Witten went into the broadcast booth, he's like, well, I'm just a broadcaster now.
Exactly.
No.
No, you've done so much more. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. And the album is called Autobiography. Check it out, Cowboys Nation.
iTunes, Spotify.
That's right. And it has peaked to number 10 on iTunes. Did you know that?
The power of Cowboys Nation.
I guess I contributed to that.
Did you buy it?
No, I didn't buy it.
I was like,
I didn't buy it. But I have Apple Music, so I think that kind of contributes a little bit, doesn't it?
yeah. Did you see the DCC video?
No.
They did a dance video to his song 80 Stings.
I think I did see that. Because when I heard that on the album, that song, I was like, I've heard this song before. Yeah, so again, I can't hate it. It's his truth, and he talks about how he's been hated on for being the football player, trying to rap, and how no one really is taking him seriously. But it's not terrible. And the production's pretty good. He's got some good engineers.
Yeah.
Not terrible.
Yeah. The craziest thing one time, Nikki, we were in Green Bay, and, they're walking to the bus, and Jeremiah took a shot, like just a regular picture of him. He had an actual bee buzzing right here that was just perfectly there. It was so bizarre because he's Beasley.
Yes.
And I just found out, it's 80 Stings because it's 80 bars of rap.
Yes, that's right. Very good. Stings.
Yeah, little stings.
Well, so check out the rest of the album.
Yeah.
And tell me what you think.
I will. I'm going to have an open mind like you did.
Yes.
I think that's good.
And like I said, I was prepared to hate it. But
Yeah.
I can't. It wasn't terrible.
Do you think this is going to start a trend? We're going to start seeing more guys?
Well, I mean, he's not the first athlete to, have an album. I mean, golly, Deion Sanders did it.
Yeah.
I think, didn't Shaq? Yeah, Shaq had an album. Shaquille O'Neal.
Tracks.
Yes. And Kobe Bryant, I think he did something. And if not rapping, he had a documentary and won an Oscar. So who knows what it could open up.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, not at all.
It's like when more people played more sports in high school, and then you whittle it down to one in college usually, and then now you're this. But, I mean, he's a dad, too.
Yes. He's got, what, two?
Two sons. He's very open about, shares them on social media. You think he's just going to stop being a dad?
No. And, I mean, he says on the album that this is something that he's always loved, that this genre of music, hip-hop, rap, has always been his love. It's just like, wasn't it, I'm probably going to be so wrong.
Jeremy Mincy.
Oh, yes, him too.
Yeah.
Him too. But I think it was like Leonard Davis, maybe. This was a while back.
Yeah.
And Mark Colombo. Or
No, you're right.
Okay. They had like a hard rock
group.
Yes, exactly. So who knows? Who knows what it could do?
Didn't Troy dabble in that too?
I don't know. Did it? Aikman?
Christy would know.
Yeah,
we'll save that one for Christy.
Was that right, Douglas?
Yeah, he had a country album. Or there was an album on which he sang a couple of the country tracks.
Look at that. Have you heard all of Cole Beasley's album? I know Douglas has.
I haven't yet. No, I've been sick.
Douglas.
That's right. Douglas, you have been sick. Well, I'm so glad you're feeling better.
I've just been binging Netflix. I haven't been doing anything else.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
So, again, check it out. Let me know what you think.
I haven't asked you, Nikki, but
Yes.
do you think that Jason Witten will be a good broadcaster?
I do.
You do?
I do.
And why?
Well,
you saw a
because-
lot of his stuff he would do with Douglas, in fact.
Absolutely. And the reason being is because I enjoyed listening to Tony Romo this past season. For someone like myself who doesn't know all of the X's and O's about the game, he taught as he's, telling about the game. I think Jason Witten's going to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And to me, that is entertaining. I don't like it when they talk over my head because I'm just like, what are you saying to me?
Yeah.
You might as well be speaking French.
You're losing an audience. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't think he's going to do that. And I think even the people who know football, like you, Brian Broaddus.
I don't know football.
Yeah,
like
you
that.
do. Yeah, you do.
Like the X's and O's. You're giving me more credit.
You do. But I even think they take something away from that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think he's gonna be great. I can't wait.
Well, we all know what a perfectionist he is. I mean, I bet you he is working on it right now.
Absolutely. You know he is.
Because it's so weird to think just 2 weeks ago he was here.
I know.
And then now he's just gone. But he just did that podcast with Joe Tessitore, who's going to be his kind of like mate in the booth.
Okay. Yeah.
And he said they've already been like practicing every day and like it'll be interesting to see.
That's good. What do you think? Do you think he's going to be good?
I think it'll be good, and I remember being in there with Douglas when he did the Finish This Fight, and he was the only player who wrote his entire Finish This Fight script.
He was the only one.
Yeah, and then we filmed it with Douglas the first time, and then he went back in there and redid it himself. So I think the only thing he might struggle with is you can practice a million times and you can do that, but it's live.
Right.
And you're gonna make mistakes just like you would on the football field. Mm-hmm. You're gonna be recorded and hear your own voice.
Right.
It's gonna be fast paced.
That's right. And you don't want to, like I sometimes will do, fumble over your words. It's live. Just keep on going.
Well, and I wonder how he'll have a time with being critical of other teams and players.
Yeah.
Because even Romo got some slack last year about, I think he said something about the Chiefs player, the cornerback. Mm-hmm. And then Deion Sanders kind of got after him or something.
I remember that. Yes, I do remember that.
So
but that's their job. You know? That's what they're supposed to do.
But in a lot of people's eyes, you're still a Cowboy.
Yeah. But they're not. They're not on the field anymore. So they're doing their job.
What does it say about the Cowboys, though, that for the top 3 broadcasting groups, besides Sunday Night Football, they're all former Cowboys?
Chris Collinsworth is holding on tight.
He's just like, Dak, don't retire yet.
But that is amazing. I mean,
it's crazy.
It is crazy.
And just stepped right in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just
because, there were other people up for those jobs. But, I mean, it's the notoriety. It's the Cowboys' name behind them. I think that is what has helped them.
Yeah. I think Moose was one of the first position players to do it.
Really?
And now I think Witten will do it.
It's fascinating. I'm excited. I really am. I'm excited. I think he'll do great.
I just miss seeing him in a uniform.
I know.
These young guys could use it.
That's what's going to be tough. And I told Christy last week, just like what Jerry said, he is retiring and going out on his terms. And to me, that makes it so beautiful. He's not injured. He wasn't cut. He wasn't released. It's like it's time.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. Good for him.
Yeah.
And he'll get to be with his kids.
I know, but I'm his kid. Take care of me, Whitten. Show
That's
me
funny.
the way.
Well, you're going to be doing something fun tomorrow.
Yes.
Going to the Home Run Derby.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Have you ever been?
I've never been.
So they do this home run derby. I think it's teamed up with Reliant Energy.
Okay.
And now they've also teamed up with Salvation Army to sell tickets for all the profits going there. And it's basically, they have two teams, and they're player versus player teams. And they go against each other and kind of just see how many home runs or different hits. And it's fun.
Yes.
Some of the guys, the old linemen are a lot better
They get
than
into
you think.
it?
Yeah.
Where is this? I mean...
It's at Frisco.
It's at Frisco.
Rough Riders.
Okay.
Or the Dr. Pepper ballpark there.
Yes.
And, it's usually just 2-hour event. It's pretty quick.
Yeah. Now, is it open to the public?
It is open to the public for the second year in a row now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been, but it's a good time. So
You have to go.
who are who are the big players that are going to be participating?
DeMarcus Lawrence,
Yes,
Tyron
nice.
Smith, Dak. I think Zeke might be confirmed. I'm not certain.
Okay.
It's Tyrone Crawford, those kinds of names, but I'm ready to see some of those younger guys. And I was telling you, I want to see Cheeto out there.
Yeah.
Go do some of that stuff.
That's fun, but they don't typically participate in these things, do they?
Not yet.
Because they're not. It's not mandatory.
It's not. But Byron Jones was always good about that.
Okay.
I felt like Byron Jones kind of took that on.
Now, they've been out on the field. This is not OTAs yet. OTAs haven't started. What is this that they're doing right now?
Right now, the rookies are just kind of getting integrated.
Okay.
Doing some just workouts together as a rookie undrafted class.
Okay.
And then they did the rookie mini camp this last weekend. And then next Tuesday starts OTAs, and that's, I think, 3 weeks.
Is that everybody?
That's everybody.
That's everybody.
Yeah, 90-man roster.
Wow.
A lot of people.
Yes.
And then once they have those Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for 3 weeks, then mini camp, which not really a huge difference. I don't know why.
I was about to say, what's the difference between OTAs and mini camps?
Nothing really.
Okay.
But it ends with Cowboys U.
Which I love.
You were always there.
I am always there.
Yeah.
I'm the team mom of Cowboys U.
How would you describe Cowboys U?
I would say Cowboys U is this huge event that Coach Garrett puts on every year, and he invites several players from the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex football players they're not just seniors. They are, but I don't think they're freshmen. I think they're sophomore, junior, and seniors. And they come out, they're separated with various players, and they play. They do drills, and then at the end they have a football game, and there's so much camaraderie. And I'm like the team mom of a group, and I just love it because these young boys, I look at them and I think, you're out here learning from these professionals.
Jason Witten's in the past, yeah.
Yes, and I don't know if they think this could be me one day, but I think that.
Yeah.
Being a mom, I'm like, okay, golly, you have no idea what you're doing, the opportunity that is being presented to you right now. And they're so respectful. And I think at first they're in awe and starstruck, but then, no, it's like they're best friends out there. They're teeing it up with D-Law and everything. It's so awesome to see. I absolutely love it. It's a long day. It's hot outside, but it's so worth it.
Well, and that's why I was always surprised because Jason went and got into it so much.
Yes, I was the team mom of his team a couple years ago.
So into it.
And
And so I always was like, guys, come on, he's going to be a coach. It's just natural fit.
Exactly.
Because it's kind of a fun event. You talked about the guys are dapping up, because it's usually Team Scandrick, Team Smith, all these guys, Lawrence. And then Witten was always like, if you don't win, don't look at me. But I don't think he ever did.
No. But it's such a cool thing. And not only are they playing the whole time, they have some character building sessions where the players will talk to them about just life and being a young man and skills that they need to take with them as they, either continue through high school or go into college. It's so good. It's good for them.
Yeah, they do. They share a lot that we don't see to the media or anything. I remember Kyle Wilbur was a guy with that kind of story.
Yes.
It's neat to see a lot of them overcome a lot.
Yes, it is.
You know, speaking of that, Taco, did you see his Mother's Day post the other day?
No.
It was really cute. He said, had me at 16, we already beat the odds, like, you know, happy Mother's Day.
Oh my gosh. I mean, because 16's quite young. I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, you know, his mom has supported him. He only played 1 year of college football. Same with Vander Esch, though.
Yeah, Vander Esch only played 1 year of college. I didn't know that. Wow.
I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to get tweets that are like, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's pretty impressive. So, speaking of Vander Esch, you told me something that's very fascinating.
I still need to get the full details on it, but he has like a
family bus.
Yes. Did you read?
That's crazy. So the whole family, they have their own bus.
Yeah.
And the whole family can just pile on the bus, and when we're going wherever we're going, we're all going together.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, you saw him here for the first day when he got signed.
Yes,
I think that
I
was
did.
the most people I've ever seen come with a draft pick.
Yes. I mean, it was a ton of them who got off the helicopter. I didn't even know that the family bus came.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's a trip.
I don't know what they'll have for the games. 'Cause they're a little farther than, you know, Boise State to Wyoming. It's going to be a little bit farther.
For sure. For sure. Now, does he have siblings?
He does. He has sisters. He talks a lot about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about him? Are you excited to see what he's going to bring?
I'm excited. I mean, he's kind of got the best mentor on the team right now, Sean Lee.
Yes.
It just depends on how he kind of works with him and sees how that can work out. But I'm also excited about Connor Williams. You know, everyone talks about him, Coppell High School.
Yes.
That helps.
Yes.
But yesterday it was kind of funny. I thought, I always like to just say little things like, you know, Vander Esch, oh, we're Mountain West people, just to connect. Because you see them so often, you don't know if they remember you. So Connor Williams played at UT, and his O-line coach is Derek Wareheim, who was the O-line coach at New Mexico when I worked there. And
oh, my gosh.
it was great. It was awesome. And went up to Connor and was like, hey, you know, Derek Wareheim was your coach. You know, he was at New Mexico when I was there. And I was kind of looking for, like, a bonding experience. He was like, yeah. I was like, okay, well, see you later.
That is funny. You were waiting for it to continue.
Yeah, I was like,
no, he's just stopped it.
We've got something here. He's like, yeah, see you later.
See you later.
So he'll fit in nicely with this.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
They'll like that he's not talking to any media or anybody like that. So it's like,
I love it.
okay, see you later.
See you later. Who's the standout of this draft class, do you think? Is it Vander Esch, or who did you think?
I think it'll be Dalton Schultz.
You think
the
it'll be
tight
Dalton
end.
Schultz? Okay, very good.
I think he'll be able to kind of show everybody why Stanford produces these great tight ends. And, you know, he's going to be working with Dak, who, you know, has been known to work well with tight ends. And I think he'll have a good shot at being a starter. Now, I love Jeff Swaim. I think Jeff Swaim is a great guy who, you know, kind of knew his role under Jason Witten pretty easily. But we'll see.
Very good.
I think Dalton Schultz might be that guy that you're like, thank goodness they drafted him.
I like it. I'm excited.
Who's your guy?
Oh, who's my guy? See, I'm not very good at picking someone from the draft class because I don't pay that close attention to college football. I know you are you love college football.
Love college.
I enjoy like it being on, but I don't. There's so many teams. There's so many players. It's too many for me to just hone in on one person. I just get fascinated at the process. You know,
That's
like
good.
They've been drafted, and then seeing them perform during the season, like next man up. I mean, like what happened to Dak? It was just
fairy tale.
Oh my goodness! You know, we probably never would have even seen him really play if Tony Romo hadn't gone down.
Well, I like that you said that because you look at somebody, the last guy they drafted, Bo Scarborough, he was like a star at Alabama. You know, he's played in all these national championships, and then you come in here and you're a 7th round guy. And it was always fascinating to me too, kind of what you're saying is that you'll have these guys who are standouts in college.
Yeah.
And the majority of them don't become NFL standouts.
That's true.
It's usually the Alfred Morris type guys who 6th round pickup, just kind of had this process of being a better NFL player than a college player.
That's true.
And so I've enjoyed seeing that. You know, you'll see these guys who wore Heisman Trophy winners or different things like that, but it does not translate to NFL. And
Exactly.
There's not a specific science to that, but it is funny. And
it's just like with Taco. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say he hasn't amounted to what they thought he would do.
yeah.
And he wasn't he the first round pick last year?
27th or
So,
29th.
Yeah, so I find that fascinating. I really do.
Because it's really unpredictable.
Yep.
You know, and of course there are guys like Ezekiel Elliott, you know, you're going to plug and play
Right.
every time.
Right.
But then there's quarterbacks a lot of times that get drafted really high
Yes.
and they're busts.
Yes. Yes. Like
Christian Ponder was one. He was drafted at 12 overall. He's no longer in the league.
no longer in the league. Well, I mean, look at what's his name? Johnny Manziel. I mean, and golly, everybody thought he was going to be a star, and no.
Yeah.
So,
But I like this team, and I know you're reading the book Mighty Orphans.
Yes, I
which
am.
I'm sure Marinelli would be proud of. So,
yes, I am.
so he likes to have the orphan guys,
Yes.
the ones that no one really believes in that can go in there.
Yeah, I like that story because they've got something to prove. They have something to fight for.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a beautiful story. I'm almost finished, so we'll have you read it?
I haven't.
Okay,
This is a Marinelli read.
it is. It is a Marinelli read. He started our book club, our 5 Points Blue book club.
What's the next one?
I think it's called The Big Scrim. I don't know the author, but once I finish Mighty Orphans, then I can get on that one.
Marinelli is my work grandfather. I love him so much.
He's awesome. He really, really is awesome. Oh
And-
my God, he's a character guy.
If I was a young player and I got to play for him, I think it would be just very exciting, but you would also feel like you can't let him down.
Right. Well, because he's putting so much into you, you want to give it back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to give it back because he's giving you so much. And it's not just football. He's giving you life skills and training you how to just be a good human being. That's what he does.
Yeah.
I love it. I love him.
You can't really knock him for any of it.
No.
He's got all the experience, war vet.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, he's all around great guy.
He is the best.
Well, I think our time is up,
It's
girlfriend.
already over?
Yes.
No.
Only if you want to end soon. You've still got about 7 or 8 minutes.
Oh, we do. All right,
Oh.
let's keep girl
No
chatting.
pressure.
Yes, I like it. Yes, Marinelli is the best. I miss some of the coaches that used to be here, but I'm excited to see the new coaches. Have you
Yes.
met Chris Richard yet?
No, but I see him running outside with the players.
So how can you not respect that?
Oh my goodness. I mean, the rookies last Friday, they were doing the I don't know what it's called. I'm sure it has a name, but they'd walk the end zone and then run the length of the field, walk the end zone, run the length. He was keeping up with them. He was doing it right there with them. And I'm like, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
You're more than just a coach.
He's coming from Pete Carroll's staff. Well, I love Pete Carroll.
Okay.
I know he's kind of a controversial coach, but they were saying, Pete Carroll's 67. He's
Really?
up there in age, but if you meet him, he's like the most energetic guy.
Now, why is he considered a controversial coach?
So, USC. What
Okay.
he did at USC in
Gotcha.
college, and then
Okay.
going to Seattle.
Okay.
But he's awesome.
Yeah.
I think he's hilarious.
Yeah.
And so he had this big youth movement for his whole team. And that's when Richard made the Legion of Boom and did all that. And
Wow.
Yeah.
And now we got him. That's exciting. And he's right there under Marinelli. Oh, I know Marinelli loves that.
yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone Marinelli loves more than Chris Richard. Because he has these young guys. He knows how to
Yes.
work with them.
Yes. And that's what you need. That's what you need. Because, I mean, lots of times when there's such a gap in age and experience, sometimes it's difficult to communicate and get your point across because you got to be able to speak to these gentlemen and they got to be able to hear you and not just hear the words, like literally hear what you're saying and what you're trying to get them to do. So that's awesome. I'm excited for
I
him.
agree. And Sanjay Law, I've met him a few times. He's very nice. He's the new
Very
wide receivers
nice.
coach.
Yes, I have met him.
Yeah, and he seems like he's going to be kind of like the Mike Pope, do the different drills that you don't expect,
Right.
which I like.
I do too.
And he coached Eric Decker before, which is important,
I have to say, I do miss Coach Bisaccia.
Oh, I loved him.
Me
yeah.
too.
He's a great coach, but He stole all the Cowboys players.
Yeah, he did. Because, I mean, didn't Kyle Wilbur?
Kyle Wilbur, Keith Smith, Ryan Switzer.
That's right. Wow.
He stole them all. They were ready for that. And him and Gruden, I feel like the Raiders are going to be a hard team to beat. Luckily, we don't have to play them. So,
yes, that's right.
Yeah, but, the 49ers will be kind of difficult.
Okay.
Because they've kind of expanded now with Garoppolo. Mm-hmm. It'll be a weird year, I think. Again.
Okay. Now tell me this, Taylor. Are you surprised that Dez has not been signed to a team yet?
No, because
you're not.
He had that offer from the Ravens.
Right.
And it was a multi-year deal, and he would have been a good fit there. Mm-hmm. They just drafted the new quarterbacks and everything like that, and he wanted the 1-year deal to kind of bet on himself, show what he could do to get even more money.
Okay.
But now you're sitting there, he's going to be a training camp guy. There's going to be somebody that goes down.
Really?
Knock on wood, it's no one, Unfortunately, that's the way of the game.
Yeah.
And I could see someone bringing him in.
Really? You think it's going to be that long?
Well, I mean, you look at guys like that it just happens. Mm-hmm. Bryce Butler only came here because of Dez's injury.
Okay.
There are guys that just go down and you have to figure out. And I think if he wants a 1-year deal, he'll have to wait until.
Gotcha. Now, why just a 1-year deal?
I don't know why he's so dead set on that, but I think the mindset is to bet on yourself.
Okay.
And if you're that good in 1 year, you'll get an even bigger deal.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Kind of like what DeMarcus Lawrence is doing with the franchise tag.
Okay. Interesting. I don't want to lose DeMarcus Lawrence.
I know. He's great.
He is.
He really is a good guy. Mm-hmm. And he's one that I've, just in my short time being here, have seen grown a lot.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. He has matured. I mean.
Night and day.
Yes. Agreed.
Gets it. Understands the whole process now.
Yeah. His work ethic has changed.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, I think he's going to be a leader on this team next year.
I agree.
Because he's going to go out there and he's going to work and he's consistent.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with you. Totally.
Because it's okay if you can have flashes, but if you're not consistent.
It means nothing.
Yeah. I just want Sean Lee to be here forever. Don't leave, Sean.
Did you see them doing that? I don't know what it was, that competition that they were doing yesterday. It was almost like I don't want to call it an obstacle course, but it was like a relay.
No, I didn't.
Did you hear about it?
No.
Oh my gosh. It was fascinating. So it was, I think, like 3 teams, and they started off jump roping, and then they would run, pick up some really heavy weights, run back, then put those weights down, pick up something else, then run, and then sit and pull this rope that was tied to, I think, 100-pound weight. And Sean Lee was so competitive and so into it. I was like, this man is going to pass out afterwards. Yeah. His team didn't win, but he gave 100% effort.
And they probably heard about it. Why did we not win? I'm killing myself out there for you guys.
He literally was. I mean, it was pretty cool to watch. Yeah. Pretty awesome.
You have the best view where you sit.
I know. And it's not distracting. A lot of people say that it would be distracting. It's not for me, I don't think. I can still get my work done.
You're like Cowboys Club up there. You are just Cowboys Club. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, Taylor, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Now we're
I
really
love our
close
clapping.
to it now.
Yeah, we are definitely close to it now.
Yeah.
Well, this was great. We'll have to do it again.
We'll do it again.
Yes,
we'll do it again.
We will. Sure. Christy will be back with us next week, so we'll have some more football. Oh, Douglas.
You done it again, Douglas.
Thank you, Douglas, for pushing all the buttons. And we'll see you next week right here on 5 Points Blue.
This has been a production of 5 Points Blue, DallasCowboys.com, and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.